European Court of Human Rights was set up by a treaty in Rome in 1951 to actually act as a judicial body to enforce the Convention on Human Rights. The court itself has jurisdiction on over 46 countries. It's a little bit like the US Supreme Court. It's the last port of call for violations on human rights issues. Last year we had over 50,000 applications to the court, and the aims of the court is to try and deal with these applications as soon as possible and as quickly as possible. So what we decided was we had to get an enterprise content management system in place to deal with this amount of applications and also to process them quickly. And so we started off by introducing, if you like, document management. Then we put in a case management system, and then we coupled it off, if you like, with a knowledge management system. The eDOCS system was actually put into place to enable us to assimilate the case law of the court to a widest audience as possible. It was actually developed in 1996. We wanted to try and get the jurisprudence of the court out to as many people as possible. Last year alone we had over 2.2 million visitors to the actual eDOCS site itself, and I think there was something in the region of 196 million documents downloaded from it. So the actual volume is very great, and we also have a duty, if you like, as a court to disseminate as far as possible the public documents of the court. So this was a great incentive, if you like, for the court, and it also meant that it made us a lot more visible and a lot more accessible to people that wanted to have access to the case law itself. The IT system of the court is actually broken up into 3 different strands. The first strand is actually the case file management, where we actually developed an internal database that contains all the metadata pertaining to the applications to the court. Then the second strand, if you like, is the document management side, where we're using eDOCS, and in particular DM6. The third strand is the knowledge management side, which again is a product of OpenText, which we're using to disseminate the case law. The heaviest users would be the assistants in the judicial divisions and the lawyers themselves. However, the court has got administration, finance and personnel, so the system is really integrated and everybody in the court uses the system. We use document assembly to produce the lots of letters, also the judgments, press releases, etc. And we've actually divided our document types into 80 document types that we use. However, obviously for users that use the system, they might use a maximum of 10, but we've got document types such as a CV as a document type, judgment English, judgment French, etc., etc. We've seen at least 60% productivity gains in terms of the amount of volume of letters and processing of data that we do daily. We've really seen improvements in that area. It's much easier for our users now to find documents, to produce them and get them out in an expedient manner. I think that the court is definitely a much more streamlined organisation than it was pre-1996. I think that IT technology is crucial to the survival of the court and to deal with the ever-increasing caseload. The biggest return on investment really is the productivity gains that we get in processing the case law. That for us is the most important element. And the court system is seen as best practice throughout the world. It's got a very good reputation.